A teacher at Evans High School is on a mission to inspire students and spotlight the Pine Hills community. In the year and a half that Mr. Tremaine Wright has taken over the media department, he's not only using social media to highlight the good in the community, but he's teaching his students to do the same. We are introducing you to this week's Community Champion.
You know, you recording with him, right?
Yeah. Tremaine Wright made quite the career switch last January, bringing his extensive videography experience with NFL players and Fortune 500 companies to the Trojan Media Club at Evans High School.
A year ago, this was a dump site, I would call it. All the old equipment that was like 20 years old, this whole room was packed. This wasn't a black wall. This set wasn't here. It transitioned a lot within less than a year.
Now transformed into a working studio.
So these chairs here, TV stands, the bookshelf, the trees, the lighting, the microphones, all that came from basically Wendell Carter Foundation.
He also utilized $60,000 from a UCF donation.
So I was able to buy all new cameras, top of the line, brand new computer lab that we just got, best lighting, microphones, tripods, everything.
All to create a space he hopes will be recognized nationally. Most recently, even Orlando Health donating $10,000.
He really cares. He really cares.
His students say he pushes them to always be the best, taking every opportunity to teach, even as our cameras were rolling.
He's a character, I'll say that. He has a big personality, very easy to get along with, and overall just a great person.
But he's teaching more than camera work. Life lessons and skills are honed as the podcast studio encourages conversations.
It was a great talk with two young ladies talking about how does it feel not to be raised without your father? A great topic, and I didn't tell them to talk about that, but just putting kids on this setting here, teaching them how to articulate their words and how to hold a conversation so they can go back and forth.
Why is that so important?
Because in life, man, you gotta learn how to communicate. Communication is the number one thing in life, I believe. It takes you a long way.
He pushed us. I mean, every teacher push you, but he never stopped giving up. He always tells us, if you really want to be successful, this is what you have to do.
Whether it be the NFL Combine at Bishop Moore or after-school sporting events, Mr. Wright pushes students to always look for opportunities to showcase the good. More than 150 videos have been posted to highlight Evans High School in the time he's been there.
Pine Hills gets such a bad rep sometimes. Not people understand what good comes from Pine Hills. It's just all the crime and that's located around the school, and sometimes the stuff that goes inside the school that people had the misconception of. Him doing these videos and having us and bringing that so people could see, it just shines a different light that people would not expect otherwise from Pine Hills.
I believe I brought a lot of exposure. Every time I go around the community, everybody always say, man, I never seen Evan so much doing this in a positive light, because, you know, they say we're in Pine Hills. It's not the greatest area, but since I've been here, it's been great. I love the kids, the exposure, all this. I love this. I never wake up in the morning and say, dang, I got to go to work. Never, ever.
The passion for his kids and promoting his community is what makes Tremaine Wright our West 2 Community Champion. And Mr. Wright is joining us in studio now. Thank you for being here. I know usually this is class time for you, isn't it?
This is class time for me, yes, it is.
So we got some special exemptions. We're so glad you're here with us in studio.
Thank you for bringing me along.
Tell me what it means to you to be able to, you have so much experience in this field, and to be able to give back to students and to give back in such a broad way. It seems like it goes beyond just camera work. You're really teaching them life lessons.
Yes, ma'am. To be crazy, to really think about this, even when I was in college, I always wanted to, based on from Anderson, Alabama, I always wanted to do something for kids. And I fast forward to today, I'm working with kids. I'm actually teaching them stuff that I actually did for 10, 15, 20 years. And I feel very blessed to be able to give back to the community, especially the Pine Hills community, and also where my wife went to school, her uncle went to school.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
My son went to school there. So it has history behind it too as well. And then I'm just putting a footstep in a higher role of actually educating kids. So hoping to take them to the next level, and having somebody that has actually did it and be able to be a mentor for them.
Yeah, and I know we weren't able to get this into the piece, but your principal was telling me that you work very long hours. You are not the 9 to 5 teacher. You put in all of the work,
yes, ma'am.
Pretty much 24/7. And what really highlights this, by the way, is, and you can't see this on camera, but you brought students here too. So it's like you never miss an opportunity to show your kids the ropes.
Now, I'm always about exposure. Without me doing what I do, if I never posted or I never highlighted anything, you never know what we're doing. So I'm always about exposing what we're doing great. So I bring my students along. So I brought on Davion, I brought on Javier. They're one of my 2 good students. And ever since we got a new lab, you know, it's unfortunate a lot of our students don't have laptops or have computers at home. So if I don't stay longer at school, they don't get a chance to edit or get better. So I stay a little longer to like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock sometimes during the week to allow them to go on the computer, work on their projects. And now since we got a lab, we have contests. We just went to Orlando Magic game. I picked like the top 5 or 7 kids that went.
Okay.
And then for the winner, I did like a $50 gift card for who had the best video, real estate video. I'm all about competition by me playing sports. So I want them to be in competition with themselves because it raises the bar for them to be better because I want them to be great.
Yeah, no, that's so important. And I wish everyone could see behind the scenes here because both of your students are hard at work filming right now. It's surreal, but you're doing great work. Last question for you, what is your advice for anybody who does want to make a difference in kids' lives or wanting to highlight the good in their community? What do you have to say to them?
I would just say stop talking about it and put actions behind it. A lot of people just talk about they want to do stuff in the community or they want to help out young individuals and never put actions behind it. One thing I always tell my students at the end of the day, I never will put them in a position that I never put myself in because by me being a leader, I want to make sure whatever I did, that I had a path for them to be better than what I did. So, you know, people really put action behind their words.
Mr. Wright, thanks for being here
Well,
this
thank you.
morning. Wise words right there. If you know someone like Mr. Wright with a history of doing good in Central Florida, please let us know about them. You can nominate those with a track record of giving back for a WESH 2 Community Champion Spotlight. We've got the email for you on the screen, communitychampion@wesh.com. They could be featured right here on WESH 2.